Und jetzt gucken wir uns den Rest an. Wenn es zu laut ist, sagt bitte Bescheid. Wenn ich was laber, drücke ich aber zwischendrin Pause, denke ich. Ich weiß es noch nicht. Let's go.
Good morning. I am Dr. J.M. Lounsbury from the Ministry of Drink and Health Regulation. While many working adults start their day with coffee, we recommend to switch to milk to complete your regimen of nutrifying activity.
Das war's, Jack.
If you are making the switch, a very great annoyance which occurs often with milk occurs during the pouring of it. If you tackle a particularly vicious pour without taking the proper care, you're bound to splash all over. Your whole day is ruined. To demonstrate proper pouring technique, I shall apply my face protector.
We happy few?
Splendid. Now, the optimal way to pour milk is to raise the pouring container and angle it at no more than 45 degrees positively as you approach your drinking vessel. I will now begin to pour.
Okay, genau das habe ich schon von Bongo gehört. Ich finde es so geil, dass das Spiel auf mehreren Plattformen jetzt rauskommt. Ich finde das Hammer. Das Spiel ist so geil.
Nope, you're not dreaming. Cuphead is coming to the Nintendo Switch system. You can thank Studio MDHR for making their award-winning game so special, and our friends at Microsoft for helping us bring Cuphead to even more players. As fans know, poor Cuphead made a deal with the devil, and now the beast is coming for his head, cup and all. In this run-and-gun action game, you'll dodge fire and dish out your own, whether you play solo or invite a buddy along for the ride. Those gorgeous hand-drawn cell animations rendered in classic 1930s style look as good as ever, and the live jazz soundtrack by Christopher Madigan will still charm and haunt you in the best of ways. You'll see why when Cuphead launches on Nintendo Switch April 18th. It's available for pre-purchase today.
Okay, ja, das Spiel sieht hammermäßig aus und das Geile ist, es wird ja um ein Jahr verschoben oder so, weil die Leute sich beschwert haben, sie wollen nicht nur Boss-Battles. Und dann haben sie diese Run-and-Gun-Levels mit reingemacht und die sind meiner Meinung nach am schlechtesten. Die gefallen mir überhaupt nicht. Ich finde die Boss-Battles saugeil, aber die Run-and-Gun-Level, die fand ich, sind halt schwer wie Sau. Aber sehr geil. Ich freue mich, dass das auch für die Switch rauskommt, finde ich cool. Ja, kaufen würde ich mir es jetzt nicht nochmal. Ich habe es für PC, das reicht. Und ja, die Run-and-Gun-Level sind, ja. Ich finde, wenn es nur Boss-Battle gewesen wären, fände ich es fast schon geiler. Aber gut.
Hello everyone, I'm Kirk Scott, your friendly neighborhood indie guy.
Hallo Kirk.
And I'm Katie Casper, the friendly gamer.
Hallo Kasper.
Thank you for joining as we showcase upcoming games in our first Nindies Showcase of 2019.
We couldn't wait to share the news about Cuphead, and we're just getting started. While we are honored to bring you game series like Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda, there are many other worlds to explore. Created by our talented indie partners, these games embody the quality of curation that fans have come to expect on Nintendo Switch.
That's right, Kirk. Developers across the globe have embraced Nintendo Switch, and they have plenty more unique experiences to share with everyone. Whether it's building a kingdom, vanquishing angels and demons, or just kicking back and tending a farm,
Servus,
games make our dreams a reality.
Und Servus alle
With so
anderen.
much available on
Übrigens nochmal.
Nintendo Switch already, we're delighted to show you that there's even more great indie content on the way later this year. See for yourself.
First up is Overland, a new take on the end-of-the-world narrative from the creator of Cannonball, Adam Saltzman. Not to mention the gorgeous award-winning visuals by Heather Penn and the haunting original soundscape by Jocelyn Reyes.
Ganz kurz, wegen Nintendo. Ja, es ist nicht Nintendo. Es sind nicht Nintendo-Spiele. Es sind Indie-Spiele, die für die Switch jetzt rauskommen. Da sind unter anderem halt ältere Spiele dabei und auch neue Spiele dann dabei, ne? Also, schauen wir mal.
It's a squad-focused, turn-based strategy game where you're faced with difficult choices. Will you search for supplies, heal a wounded ally, fight off a monster, rescue a helpless stranger, save your dog? Please save the dog.
Cuphead für die Switch.
You can't do it all, so choose your actions wisely as your
Ansonsten
band of
noch
friends
nix.
road trips across the United States. Sounds easy, right? Well, there's a catch. The farther west you go, the weirder things get. Plus, all levels, roadmaps, and characters are randomly generated, so every playthrough offers a fresh take on this perilous journey. Travel the post-apocalyptic roads of Overland when it comes to Nintendo Switch this fall.
Da ich hier gerade Strategy Game, blablub, im Humble Monthly nächsten Monat, was ich krieg, ist Mutant Year Zero dabei. Das interessiert mich wie Sau. Wenn das einer von euch schon gespielt hat, sagt mir bitte mal, wie es ist. Das würde mich sehr interessieren. Weil der Stil gefällt mir saugut von dem Spiel. Und die Spiele, die hier gezeigt werden, sind nicht unbedingt exklusiv nur für Switch. Also höchstwahrscheinlich sogar nicht nur für Switch, sondern für alles andere auch. Die meisten.
One man is prepared to destroy anyone in his sight using moves reminiscent of a violent ballet, all while guided by a self-aware banana named Pedro. Using his arsenal of absolutely crazy skills, you'll battle through the violent underworlds of Old Town, District Null, and beyond. Go full throttle with all your weapons and your body, jumping, flipping, and swinging while putting the drop on your enemies. Since you'll be running and gunning, there's bound to be chaos. Slow things down by shifting into slow motion to pace your actions and dual-wield destruction with elegant accuracy. My friend Pedro drops in as a console exclusive for Nintendo Switch this June.
Console Exclusive für die Switch. Das bedeutet, es kommt für PC raus, aber exklusiv nur für die Switch. Könnte auch zeitlich begrenzt sein. Aber das sah ja jetzt ultra stylisch aus und so. Aber findet ihr auch, dass es irgendwie total generic war? Also es war irgendwie nichts Besonderes, außer dass ihr eine Banane habt, die euch sagt, um was ihr machen sollt oder was auch immer.
In the emotional survival game NeoCab, fulfilling your job as a rideshare driver is the only way you might reunite with your best friend Savvy, who's wanted by Capra, an omnipresent megacorporation. In this dystopic future, you're the last human driver in a city overrun by automation. As you navigate the streets of the fictional California city, Los Ojos, you'll meet a diverse cast of characters, each with their own story arc. Your choices, like picking passengers, balancing your income, sustaining a positive rating, and managing your emotions via the
Für
Feel
Stream
Grid
oder für
system,
Steam?
are all elements you need to maintain to keep your job and find your friend. Oh, and don't forget, Capra is watching.
Steam.
NeoCab is scheduled to arrive on Nintendo Switch this summer.
You know, I've always wanted to lead a pack of dogs in the wilderness. This next game will be as close as I ever get. Let's check in with Lindsay Rostel, the game's director.
The Iditarod Dog Sled Race is a grueling 1,000-mile journey embarked upon by teams of dogs and mushers of all ages, genders, and skill levels every year. Anyone can win, but many are just trying to finish, trying to prove to themselves that they can do it. As game director at Timberline Studio, I became fascinated, and some might say a little bit obsessed, with this idea. We knew we wanted to tell a story in the world of dog sledding. And while I don't intend to race in the real Iditarod anytime soon, we're thrilled, and a little bit nervous, to reveal our debut title, The Red Lantern.
Do
Do you have those moments that stick out in your mind? When I was a kid, I was told you are what you do, so choose wisely. I could be an astronaut, a CEO, a painter, a doctor. I could be anything. Hi, I'm supposed to achieve great things. Unfortunately for me, you are also your mistakes. And turns out they tend to remember those more. Hi, I'm a disappointment. So, I've decided to become something else. Something that can't be forgotten. I've got a plan. Get a van, fill it with dogs, go to Alaska, race in the Iditarod dog sled race, and finish. Nothing could take that from me. And things we're going to plan. Dogs, sled,
Ruby.
on way! However, things tend to go to plan right up until they
Es sieht schick aus, ja. Das ist 100 Pro wieder Survival-Scheiße, oder?
You are the musher, training for the grueling Iditarod race. With your trusty crew of dogs, navigate the Alaskan wilderness to find your way home. Combining roguelike elements into this story-driven adventure game, hundreds of unique events can occur. Tend to your dogs, mend your own wounds, and hunt to survive. Thanks to the Nintendo Switch system's gyro controls, you can look around the environment with a simple turn of the system in handheld mode.
Mit Gyro-Controls.
The Red Lantern races onto Nintendo Switch later this year.
Das sieht ja geil aus, aber das Problem ist, das wird auf der Switch wahrscheinlich, ich weiß nicht, ob es gut läuft oder nicht, ja, das ist immer so eine Sache. Es kommt auch 100 Pro für PC raus und dann hole ich es lieber für PC, weil ich weiß, es läuft gescheit, wenn das schon so geil aussieht. Ich weiß nicht.
I don't know about you, Katie, but when I play horror games, I jump a lot. Fortunately, Darkwood is going for that slow burn on the scare meter.
Oh, Darkwood,
don't get me
geil.
wrong, Darkwood will creep you out, all while
auf,
changing the perspective on survival horror
auf
games.
Steam.
Craft weapons, prepare traps, fortify hideouts. You'll explore and scavenge the eerie forests of the Soviet bloc by day, then hunker down in your hideout at night. With nightmarish forces corrupting the woods, wait and pray for the sun to come up the next morning. The world of Darkwood is procedurally generated, meaning locations and events will vary for each playthrough and player. There's no linear path in these woods, so proceed with caution and note each decision will impact you and the inhabitants of Darkwood. Darkwood creeps onto Nintendo Switch this May.
This next game has both style and substance. Katana Zero. You play as a well-trained assassin, the Dragon, capable of instantly taking out any obstacles in your path. Mysterious powers and precognition allow you to both see the future and manipulate time. As you cut through each level, you'll leave no breathing bodies behind. I must recommend caution though, since your foes can return the favor by eliminating you in a single hit. But don't fret, the game literally rewinds to the beginning of each level for you to learn and improve. Yes, that should work.
Das ist ja cool.
After a hard-fought mission, sip some tea and try to rest. The next day, you'll take a seat on the therapist's couch and talk through your demons. Of course, make sure to get a much-needed refill of your medication before the next mission. Now go forth, katana in hand, and remember, leave no survivors. Katana Zero slashes its way to Nintendo Switch April 18th.
Okay, viele regen sich ja auf über schon wieder ein Indie-Game mit Pixelart, bla bla bla. Aber wenn das so gemacht ist, das sieht doch so geil aus, jetzt mal ohne Scheiß. Das nehme ich doch lieber wie irgend so eine shitty 3D-Grafik. Ehrlich.
It's available for pre-purchase today.
This next game is pretty...
Wait! Let's save that joke for the developer. Wouldn't it be way cooler if they introduced the next game?
Totally. So let's pass it over to
Ich will, dass der Reggie da steht. Die zwei gehen mir auf den Sack, ey.
our friends at Double Fine.
Ja, G-Pixel-Optik gibt's auch.
Hi, I'm Lee Petty from Double Fine Productions, creator of Stacking and Headlander. And today, we're going to show you something that has never been seen before.
I heard it's rad.
Don't spoil it.
Na, der Bowser hat's übernommen.
The world, twice destroyed, lies in ruin. If we are to survive, if the world is to blossom again, then we must find the one who is rad. Righteous.
Irgendwie passt die Musik nicht zum Stil.
Begone, foul beast. Mutation. Mutation. Mutation.
What the fuck?
Tight.
Mal mit Taker. Ja, Ost passt zu Fury, ja, aber zu dem Spiel passt der Ost irgendwie nicht so, also der im Trailer zumindest
The
nicht.
child shows promise, but the time has come for their real quest to begin. You are rad.
Trust me when I say, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into with this one.
Unless you're talking about a pinball action-adventure game, you're right.
That's exactly what this is. Not only is Creature in the Well a world debut, it's also a top-down action-adventure game inspired by the fine art of pinball. It all takes place in the desert, where a giant creature has entrapped townsfolk in an eternal sandstorm. As the last engineer tasked with powering up a giant weather machine, your mission is to finish the job once and for all, before the world beyond the sandstorm is forgotten. Luckily, over 15 weapons are at your disposal, and each one has the power to alter the way you interact with the ricocheting energy orbs in your environment. The controls may be simple, but there's a deep well of skills to master across all 8 handcrafted dungeons. While you fight for survival, savor every corner of this painterly world in all its pinball glory when Creature in the Well emerges from the depths this summer.
Das sah cool aus, aber ich weiß nicht, ob das Gameplay, also der Gameplay-Witz in dem Spiel, das Pinball-Ding, ob das wirklich von vorne bis Ende gut ist. Ob das so viel Spaß macht. Und ja, wegen, ist doch kein Indie-Game, ist published von Namco. Ist nicht heutzutage alles, was kein AAA-Game ist, nicht direkt Indie? Ich meine, die haben ja sogar gesagt, dass hier Hellblade ein Indie-Titel wäre. Also, nee. Breit gefächert der Begriff mittlerweile.
Betrayed and left for dead, Mr. Wolf finds himself alone, vastly outnumbered, and hell-bent on
Ja, und das war
enacting his
Ninja
revenge.
Theory, ne?
On the bright side, he's got grit in his gut and a wolf on his head. That means you don't mess with.
Aber halt, stopp. Es ist zwar published bei Namco, aber Double Fine ist mittlerweile ja Indie-Studio. Die haben sich ja rausgeboxt oder was? Und das dann independent aufgezogen, oder? Naja. Miss Birch? Da, wo Mick meinte, das ist die, wo Ruby spricht. Wir können nachher nochmal
This guy.
zurückspielen.
The world is his weapon, and in this fast-paced, top-down action game from Paper Cult, it's yours too. So, choreograph the most spectacular combos you can, using everything from hatchets to ladders to carrots. Your alternative? Basically just death. Better improvise and fast, as our lone anti-hero, Mr. Wolf, brawls his way to the very heart of the mystery that plagues him. Find out just how twisted this Western revenge tale will get when Bloodroots comes to Nintendo Switch this summer.
Das sah nicht gut aus.
A primal fantasy collides with the advanced game design of today in Pine. In this open-world third-person action-adventure game, the world and your enemies will adapt to your choices. You'll travel to 6 diverse biomes across miles of terrain and encounter 5 factions of creatures itching to dominate the food chain. The only way to prepare is to scavenge, barter, harvest, craft items, and sell them at the market to stock up on supplies. It'll be a true fight for survival when Pine goes wild on Nintendo Switch this August.
Boah. Das sah aus, als hätten sie probiert, Breath of the Wild nachzumachen. So vom World Design her und ich weiß nicht, irgendwie.
Man, I love arcade games. But I'm thinking it's time we bring some more to Nintendo Switch.
How about some games from Rami Ismail and Jan Willem Niemann of the independent studio Vlambeer?
Yes! But the people want to know what games and when.
You won't have to wait long to fight endless hordes of enemies because Super Crate Box is coming out next month. It'll be the first time players can engage in fast-paced multiplayer matches, a feature that's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version.
Plus, Nuclear Throne comes out today. It's an action roguelike about mutants who spend their day fighting for the throne in a gritty, post-apocalyptic world. Whether solo or with a fellow mutant buddy in co-op mode, you can become ruler of the wasteland.
Oh, and we have a new game announcement, Vlambeer Arcade. It's a collection of bite-sized games which will have a growing catalog over time, starting with Ultra Bugs. Ultra Bugs is a fast-paced, high-score-centric game where you pilot a ship to fight endless space bugs that split up into more space bugs when you defeat them.
Okay.
But never fear. Defeating the occasional boss monsters, Ultra Bugs, will unlock enemy DNA that you can use to customize your ship.
Vlambeer Arcade with Ultra Bugs is coming to Nintendo Switch later this year.
Das ist ein Arcade-Hub, wo Spiele für rauskommen?
Shooter fans, we've shot planes out of the sky, destroyed starships in outer space, and now the 2D shooting genre is going underwater. In this aquatic world, you'll unload a variety of weapons and power-ups in co-op mode or versus modes for 1 to 4 players or bots. This multiplayer underwater shooter comes with an oceanic amount of content, with more than 150 challenges across 8 game modes, including 5 versus game modes and 5 entire worlds to battle across in adventure mode. You'll be able to toggle between classic dual-stick controls and motion aiming, whether you're playing locally or online. The online functions include matchmaking support, and you can engage with friends via in-game voice chat or the party system. See where you rank on the online leaderboard when Swimsanity makes a splash on Nintendo Switch this summer.
Swimsanity.
Next up, check out the newest game from our friends at Inti Creates.
Love those guys.
Inti Creates and Sunsoft present the long-awaited sequel to the mutant blasting action-adventure game, Blaster Master Zero, is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Ja, ich hab eben auch gedacht, ich wollte mich gerade nicht blamieren und fragen, was haben denn die gemacht, aber anscheinend bin ich da nicht alleine.
Sophia is equipped with the Gaia system. Harness SP for its weapons and abilities anytime it falls from tall heights or takes damage. Build your arsenal of powerful sub-weapons and blast any mutant scum that stands in your way as you traverse each stage. Jason also has some new tricks up his sleeve. He can now counter enemy attacks with the blast counter. If timed just right, they can be chained into multiple attacks that dish out lots of damage back at the enemy. In Blaster Master Zero 2, the stage is set in outer space, and there's more to explore than ever before as you travel across the galaxy to a host of different planets and their orbiting planetoids. Search for new items that power up both G. Sophia and Jason. During their journey, Jason and Eve will cross paths with a motley cast of fellow metal attacker tank pilots and their support droids. Will their fellow pilots become trusted friends or bitter enemies? Mutant blasting action is back! Blaster Master 02!
Ich glaube, das
Available
andere
today!
Master kenn ich sogar.
Kirk, why are you upside down right now?
Well, there are many theories as to why, but the true reason remains a mystery. Perhaps there's an alternate dimension within these very walls that, until just recently, lay dormant. Or perhaps someone flipped the camera. No one can be sure.
Oh, bitte spoil mir nix. Ja, das wurde aber vor längerem schon angekündigt, dass da eins kommt.
It's no longer a mystery that the official game of Stranger Things Season 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch. This retro-style adventure game lets you play through and delve deeper into the events of Season 3 alongside a friend in local co-op. Explore the town of Hawkins, solve puzzles, battle enemies, and uncover mysteries as one of 12 playable characters from the hit original series. Cancel your long weekend plans because the game arrives on Nintendo Switch the very same day as the third season on Netflix. Hey, stranger things have happened.
Okay, that's quite a selection of games coming soon to Nintendo Switch. But guess what? There are tons of great indie games available right now on the system.
To celebrate indie games and their creators, we're running a sale on some of these fantastic offerings. From Firewatch to Yoku's Island Express, there's no shortage of games and distinctive worlds at your fingertips.
Make sure to check them out on Nintendo eShop later today. On behalf of Nintendo, we'd like to thank all the indie developers that bring their incredibly unique game worlds to Nintendo Switch, and the avid players that support indie games. We are extremely grateful.
Huh. Do you hear something?
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Finally, I'm almost out of this crypt. But this isn't the world I remember. At least this guy is familiar. And that pulsing rhythm.
Zelda.
Wait.
Zelda crossover.
I think I was called here for a
Zelda
purpose.
crossover.
It looks like I've got work to do. And this time, I have help.
Und wisst ihr, woran ich es eben erkannt habe? Nicht an der Musik, sondern an den Bäumen hier. Da habe ich direkt gewusst, das ist Zelda. Das muss Zelda sein. Und hier am Gras siehst du es auch. Sieht aus wie A Link to the Past.
World I remember. At least this guy is familiar. And that pulsing rhythm. Wait. I think I was called here for a purpose. It looks like I've got work to do. And this time, I have help.
Habt ihr den Boss gesehen? Da, wie sie alle dastehen mit E-Gitarren. Cadence of Hyrule. Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring The Legend of Zelda. Ist das ein DLC oder ist das ein eigenes Spiel? Ich hab's, der Mick hat's mir gezeigt. Ich hab's original nicht. Glaube ich. Ich glaube, ich hab's nicht. Eigenes Game. Sick. Ja, das war's. Das war's. Hier, die Sprecherin wollte Overflow nochmal hören.
To remember those more. Hi, I'm a disappointment. So, I've decided to become something else. Something that can't be forgotten. I've got a plan. Get a van, fill it with dogs, go to Alaska, race in the Iditarod dog sled race, and finish. Nothing could take that from me. And things we're going to plan. Dogs, sled.
Von Overflow gemeint ist
On way!
Ashley Birch? Was spricht denn die noch?
However, things tend to go to plan. Right up until they don't.
Das ist die Chloe?
You are the musher.
You, the mushroom.